Hello everyone, this is Ed Park, Managing Director at ATMS Logistics. Today, we will take a close look at how to get a refund on customs duties and fee you already paid to US Customs. We'll continue to upload more in-depth videos covering various topics related to importing into the United States. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Let's dive into today's topic. Take a look at the definition of customs duty drawback. Duty drawback refers to a program that allows importers to receive a refund of certain duties, taxes, and fees previously paid to US Customs under specific qualifying conditions. As we will discuss in more detail later, the most common cases include when imported goods are returned to the country of origin, when they are used in manufacturing and then exported, or when they are destroyed under customs supervision within the United States. Every year, billions of dollars in duties are refunded to importers through this program. Therefore, if you have paid duties unnecessarily, it is absolutely worth pursuing a refund. Legal base for duty drawback is 19 U.S.C. 1313. The program is administered by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. All claims are submitted electronically through the ACE, which is Automated Commercial Environment System. Types of duty drawback situation. So let's review each of them carefully. The first type applies when unused imported merchandise is re-exported because it is no longer needed. For example, if you imported textiles from Korea but did not use them due to changing fashion trend and later exported them back to Korea, you may qualify for a refund. The second type covers substitution of unused merchandise. This means that you can export unused merchandise that is commercially interchangeable with the originally imported product. For example, if you imported Korean steel sheet and later exported Japanese steel sheet that are commercially identical, you can still receive a refund. The export destination does not have to be the same country as the import origin. Next is the most common type, which is manufacturing drawback. When imported materials are used to produce a new product that is then exported. For example, if you import sugar from Mexico, use it to manufacture candy in the US, and then export that candy to Canada, you can claim a refund on the duty you pay when you're importing the sugar. Another case is when defective imported goods are returned to the supplier. For instance, if you imported clothing from China and later discover that the fabric color had bled, making the item unsellable, you could return them to Chinese supplier and claim a refund. The last type involves destruction under customs supervision. For example, if you imported cosmetics from Korea that have expired and cannot be resold or returned, you can destroy them under CBP supervision and receive a refund on the duty you pay. Now, look at eligible amount and refund rate. You can receive a refund of up to 99% of the duties, taxes, and fees you pay. Eligible amount include customs duty, merchant processing fee, harbor maintenance fee. We provide a link in the video description to our separate video explaining U.S. duties, merchant processing fee, and harbor maintenance fee in more detail. In addition, special tariffs such as a Section 301 tariff on Chinese goods, steels, and aluminum tariff, and safeguard duties are also eligible for refund. Walk through the duty drawback process. The first step is to identify eligible import transactions. Review your import records to determine if the product were later exported or destroyed under customs supervision. Make sure to secure all import and export documentation related to these transactions. Once your documentation is ready, you will need to submit your drawback claim electronically through the ACE system. The typical documents include CBP Form 7551 drawback entry, proof of export such as bill of lading or export declaration, CBP Form 7501 entry summary for the original import, bill of material in the case of manufacturing drawback. Lastly, a waiver of prior notice if applicable. It is very important to note the specific time limit for filing a duty drawback. The claim must be filed within 5 years of the date of importation. The exportation or destruction must occur within 3 years of importation. If destruction occurs after the 3-year period, for example, 4 years after importation, even if the claim is filed within 5 years, it will be denied. Once submitted, your claim will be reviewed by CBP, and upon approval, the refund is typically issued within several months. Let's go over a few important reminders regarding duty drawback. First, be prepared for possible post-audit review by CBP. Maintaining accurate and complete record is essential. In fact, import-export records must legally be kept for at least 5 years, regardless of drawback. Use your customs broker or ACE report to verify that your import and export data correctly match. Since the drawback process can be complex, it is highly recommended to work with a licensed customs broker or drawback specialist rather than handling it alone. If your company exports regularly, especially if you're manufacturing finished goods using imported components, consider applying for drawback privilege to simplify future refund process. Finally, let's go through an example. Suppose you import aluminum parts from Germany worth $500,000 and you pay $30,000 in customs duties and fee. Later, you use those aluminum parts to manufacture finished goods in the US and export those goods to Mexico. The portion of aluminum part used in the exported good amount to $400,000. In that case, here is how to calculate your potential refund. Total import value, which is $500,000. Total duties and fee pay was $30,000. Then export portion is 80% because you exported $400,000 out of $500,000, right? In that case, your eligible duty amount will be $30,000 times 80%, which is going to be turning into $24,000. In that case, your refundable amount will be 99% of $24,000, which is $23,000 and $760. Thus, you will receive a duty refund of $23,000 and $760. We explore how to get a refund on customs duties and fee already paid to U.S. Customs. We will continue to upload more in-depth videos covering a wide range of import-related topics. So please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notification. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out to us at the email address shown on screen. We'll be more than happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you again in our next video. Have a wonderful day.